All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Students Rising Above Rising Stars program outreach presentation. My name is Salote Tenisi, and I use they, them pronouns. I am an advisor with the organization, but I am also an alum of this program, a high school class of 2011. I'm from the Bay Area, the peninsula specifically, but I'm currently located in Oakland. And so if you have any questions, I've provided an email at the end of this presentation that you can contact for any of the content that I provide today. All right. So in today's world, there are many young people with extraordinary academic and leadership potential, yet not all of them have the access to the opportunities and resources they need to get to and through college, and then also into a career afterwards. At Students Rising Above, or SRA for short, we are interested in tackling this challenge head on by providing comprehensive guidance and support whenever and wherever it's needed. SRA accomplishes its mission through a series of proven initiatives that have a direct and profound impact affecting lives for generations. All right, so if you look at the slide here, we just have some statistics. Across the nation, for every 100 students from low-income backgrounds, 65% will receive, or not 65%, 60 or both, sorry. 65 of those students will receive a high school diploma, 45 will enroll in college, but only 11 will complete their college degree. While our programs serve all types of students, our inspiration is the untapped potential of underrepresented youth and our 20 years of success working with the Rising Stars program, which serves 100% low to moderate income students. All right, SRA is a nonprofit that empowers underrepresented students with drive and potential to achieve their life goals by connecting them to the tools, resources, and supportive community they need to excel and thrive on their college to career journey. All right, so here is just a quick timeline, or not so quick, of who we are as an organization and our origin story. So we were founded in 1998. With the belief in the power of education and the desire to support students who are rising above their circumstances. So if you are familiar with KPIX news in the Bay Area, there's a feature story every Wednesday that highlights our students who are interested in achieving their education goals. And so that's how we were started in '98, was a news feature story attached to a small scholarship. But then in 2001, when scholarships alone couldn't close the achievement gap, SRA began advising students. So we realized that, it's good to have scholarship money, but it's even better to have support and someone there to advise them to help them get through college. In 2002, SRA advisors began to offer a 5-year commitment of personalized support and volunteers and social and professional mentorship. Again, because starting off with our high school students when they're applying to college as seniors, and then through their 4-year journey to complete their college degree. So we then hired on advisors to support students in that journey. In 2005, there were constant or just apparent issues of students having need support with navigating the medical system and healthcare. And so that's when we began offering healthcare navigation services. And so that really helped students, who didn't have to necessarily worry completely about all of these issues and how to understand what their insurance covers and all of that. That's what we added that as a component to our program. In 2007, this is when we also added in the career development component. What first started as one volunteer helping students secure summer internship has now grown into a robust career development curriculum with career exposure events, professional development, and invaluable hands-on experiences. And we'll touch on that a little bit later as well. In 2013, the need for support kept growing. So that's when Sra created the Sra Hub, which is an online student-facing platform that houses all of our resources and also different tools like cover letter tools and articles on how to transition from high school to college. In 2017, the Hub is what we call our online platform, reached over 10,000 registered users. So we just are free resource for students who are interested in gaining support, whether it be for college applications or understanding things like imposter syndrome while they're in college. In 2018, we saw that the need for student support for first generation students was much broader than the Bay Area. And so that's when we developed the SOAR program, which is Students Online Achieving Results, which is 100% virtual. And so this expanded to help support not only students in the Bay Area, but also students across the country. And so with our SOAR program, you apply as right before you start college, so the summer right before college. If you are interested in that, that is only a yearly commitment, but we meet once a month and talk about things like how to renew your financial aid award, how to find resources on campus, things like that. So that's our secondary program. All right, but we're here to talk about the Rising Stars program specifically. And so as our founding initiative, Rising Stars invests in first generation college students from low-income communities who have demonstrated both a deep commitment to education and the strength of character to overcome tremendous odds during their youth. By offering highly personal wraparound services, Sra serves students who need the most support and financial assistance to achieve their college dream. All right, so what is the Rising Stars program? In this program, we help each student to realize their potential by guiding and supporting them through college graduation and then into the workforce. Our graduates are breaking the cycle of poverty within their own families, serving their communities, providing a new generation of employees and leaders from diverse backgrounds, and accelerating positive change. Serving students from all 9 counties of the San Francisco Bay Area, Sra has sent nearly 1,000 students to college through 2021. All right, so here is a look into how our Rising Stars are overcoming tremendous odds. So just for context, we serve about 500 students per year. So that includes our current high school seniors, college first years, college sophomores, juniors, and seniors in college, and also super seniors. So that might include people who are working on 5-year degrees or people who have taken a break from their college career. But on average, we support about 500 students per year. And of those students, 95% identify as people of color, 96% identify as first generation college students, 25% are in the foster care system or guardianships or are on their own, 100% are low to moderate income, and then 21% have experienced homelessness. So this is just to give a broader context of who our students are or how they might identify within this context. In this slide, 800 plus Sra Rising Star students have been supported by the Sra Healthcare Navigator and our 40 plus medical professional partners. And our Rising Stars have attended 130 colleges and universities. All right, so getting more into the specifics of how we do advising at Sra, each Rising Star student is assigned to an advisor who is available to them 24 hours a day during the 5 to 6 years that it'll take them to complete their college degree and then into their career. For some students, it might take a little bit longer, and that's also okay. We're just there to support them in their college to career journey. The different ways that we support students are providing social emotional support, academic advising, healthcare navigation, career guidance, and professional development. So I can speak a little bit more about this for myself as someone who was a part of the program and now works as an advisor. The social emotional support was really, I didn't realize at the time, like important for me as a student because I was from the Bay Area, but I went to college on the East Coast in upstate rural New York. And I just needed someone to talk to who understood my story, my background, kind of like all of the challenges that I was dealing with like family, maybe personal stuff, and who was also there to like keep me going when I didn't feel like I belonged in college. So that was nice just to have someone to talk to and check in with who like understood all of that and had that information about my background. And so that's kind of the relationship that you'll build with your advisor if you do choose to apply to our program, is this connection to somebody who gets it and who can help support you in whatever capacity you need. Another thing that my advisor did for me as a student was giving me career guidance, right? Like really helping me broaden my scope of what I wanted to think about in terms of what I wanted to do in a career. So, you know, sending me internship application opportunities like, hey, I think you'd be a good fit for this. And like, maybe like, I don't think I'd fit in, or, you know, like really helping me step out of my comfort zone and things that I was applying for so that I could learn like, what skill sets do I have or what I'm good at? And I think another big thing that Sra did for me was with healthcare navigation, you know, coming from an immigrant household with like 6+ kids, like dental care wasn't a priority for me. So the first time I went to see the dentist was through Sra, and they helped get a dentist to do like pro bono work for me and like give me a root canal because things were happening. But they really, you know, Sra like looked into like my own like medical record and was like, oh, you need like, we should get you a checkup. Like we should just see, you know, make sure that you're okay, because like they saw I had none of that. And so that really stood out to me because like they didn't know that I was having like issues like focusing in school because I just had like really bad toothaches and cavities. But then after that, you know, I was able to like just really focus on studies and not like have to worry about the pain that I was feeling. So that was something that I was immensely grateful for through this organization, was, you know, helping me with my dental care. Other services that we include with advising, college readiness workshops, tutoring if you need it, right? I think I was struggling in high school as a senior with like calculus BC or something, and they got me a tutor, and it was helpful because then I passed my class. So that was really nice. We have mentoring piece, right? Just like having someone to talk to, bounce ideas off of. We also have like job readiness training, career coaching, you know, various different topics that you might not necessarily know as like a first generation college student. Sra can help you navigate that. All right, so now that I've kind of talked about our advising piece, you might be wondering like what sets Sra Rising Stars program apart from other programs, right? Because there are a bunch of other programs that exist out there, and some of you may already be participants in them, and that's great. And so what I want to point out specifically with our Rising Stars program is our comprehensive career development program, where we focus on helping students create their resumes, create their cover letters, and then like having them apply to different internships, maybe get them into some professional development training sessions, you know, different things like that, just so that they can feel like they have options for once they graduate from college, and then they can get into the career that they are interested in. So we have college to workforce transition support, and also career coaching as well. So through our organization, we've secured 680 internship placements at over 200 companies. All right, so more about our career development. Sra staff facilitate a thorough year-round curriculum for our Rising Stars. And so we have the career exploration assessment tool. We help them with informational interviews. So, you know, just signing up with folks, maybe you're interested in going into, let's say, software development. We might get you in contact with somebody in that field and then just set you up like 10 minutes to help you prep on like, how do you ask people, how do they get into that job? Things like that. We have career exposure and networking events. So all of those have been done virtually due to the pandemic, but we still have strong partnerships with different corporate folks. And we also have career mentors. We have an extensive volunteer base who are interested in providing their expertise or knowledge in the specific fields that they're in. And then we also have internship placements for our students as well. So some different corporate partners and companies who SRA volunteers or are from include but aren't limited to Google, Tesla, Facebook or Meta, Salesforce, Autodesk, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Southwest, and a bunch more. All right, so this is our impact. In 20 years, Students Rising Above has sent 835 students off to college, or I think that number is closer to 1,000. We are so proud of our Rising Star students and what they have accomplished. So 100% of our students are accepted to four-year colleges, 98% enroll in college, 91% complete their bachelor's degree, 85% secure career ladder jobs or enter graduate school within 12 months of college graduation, 48 graduate with no college loan debt, 52% carry an average loan debt of about $7,500 compared to the national average, which is $38,000. So we help our students navigate like what schools are best to attend after they apply to and get into college, like what financial aid packages are best for them, you know, long-term, and just helping them find scholarships and things like that. All right, so why are these students in SRA's Rising Stars program so successful? In today's world, there are many young people with extraordinary academic and leadership potential, yet again, not all of them have access to the opportunities they need to get to and through college and then into a career. But SRA, you know, we have definitely taken this challenge on. We provide comprehensive guidance and support whenever and wherever it's needed. And we continue to grow as an organization to better address and fit the needs of our students. And so we are completely open to supporting our students in whatever ways that they need for us. All right, so why apply to SRA's Rising Stars program? We empower underrepresented students with drive and potential to achieve their life goals by connecting them to tools, resources, and supportive community they need to excel and thrive on their college to career journey. All right, so that was the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. If you watch this presentation, please fill out our post-presentation survey. It just gives us a better idea of which students are interested in applying. And I've also included the application link. The deadline for application is Friday, March 4th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. And some tips that I can provide as someone who not only reads the applications, but also went through the application themselves. Something to keep in mind is that we are not a full ride scholarship. So we have like a set budget per student that for each year that we work with. So we're more of like a gap filler, but we work extensively with our students to help them apply to scholarships and figure out what financial aid is best for them. And so like for my students that I advise, I think I have like a set couple thousand that I work with them on. And our approach is very individualized because everyone's needs are different. So when I was in college, since I went to school on the East Coast, what they would use my like yearly budget for was to help pay for 2 round-trip flights so I could go to school and back twice a year. And then, you know, for some students that I support, some of them need like rent for each month. So we figure out like how much we can support them with on a monthly basis, depending on how much our yearly budget is. So just so you all know, like we are not a full ride scholarship, but we do support our students in finding scholarships and helping them figure out what is the best college fit for them financially. Another thing that has come up in different presentations is students ask like, can you be a part of different programs like maybe College Track or Summer Search? And the answer is yes, like we are not a restrictive program, like the more resources, the better. So feel free to apply to this program and continue on in any other program that you're a part of. And then another reminder is that we are a 5-year commitment. So we you all apply as high school juniors, we accept you the summer before senior year so that we can start working with you your senior year on college applications, and then however long it takes you to graduate with the degree of your choice. So typically 5 years, but some people are interested in different degrees, or maybe they switch majors, so it could take folks longer, and it's really up to you. So just keep that in mind. And I think the last thing that I want to add in is that this is like a relationship, so between student and advisor, and also with the organization. So during your senior year of high school, if you're a part of our program, you might have weekly check-ins with your advisor. And if you're like, I kind of don't want to do that, then that might be something just to think about of like, are you going to be okay with like having phone calls more regularly with someone, just to check in about like how your college application process is going, how you're doing. You're also juggling being a senior in high school, trying to graduate. So just thinking about like, what is your capacity to also take part in this program? Because again, we're not a scholarship, but more of like a program where we are advising and mentoring you and supporting you. So I think that was all of the tips and reminders that I had. But if there are any other questions, feel free to email me according to the email in the presentation. But thank you all for coming.